Hello. Today I'm going to be showing you how to properly set up the Microsoft Bookings app so that parents can schedule time with you, but also so that you can do your parent teacher conference schedulings as well with it. Over in Safari or Chrome, you need to first go to your Office 365 account. You can do that just go into office.com. And on the left hand side, you will see that you'll have some icons. The Bookings app icon is this bottom one right here. However, you might not have that showing. If you do not have it showing here, you can go down to the All Apps and then you can find it within these. Once you open up Bookings, it could look a little different. And on this part, you might have a button that says Get the App Now. You'll want to go ahead and click that. Because I've already set mine up, I am going to create a new calendar to show you the process. I am going to call this Mr. Keefe. And business type you could leave open, or you could put your school name and then go ahead and click continue. At this spot, you have a blank slate for your calendar. One thing you can do to start with, you can add a logo. You could upload a logo and put it in here and then make sure to click on save. The next thing you'll want to do is set up your business information. Now, Bookings is made generally for the business applications, but we are using it for education and it does work pretty well. Under the business information, this is where you can set a lot of different things on here. So you can change your name, the location. You could put our school's address here. For business hours, you can set these. I like to set them for 8 to 4. So just our basic contract times. After you have done that, go ahead and click at the top and click Save. Next thing you want to check is under Staff. You want to make sure that you are listed. If you have a student teacher intern or a student intern, you could actually add them on here. And to do that, you would just click Add Staff, fill in their information, and you will be good to go. One thing you want to make sure to check on here is this availability piece, where you want to make sure that this is checked, where it says events on office calendar affect availability. You want to make sure that is done. So to do that, you would click on there. But because I don't have anything put in here, I am not able to. So I'm going to go ahead and discard. Then I'm going to go down to services. Now on the services, you'll want to edit these or delete it. I'm going to try to delete this first one, which it will not let me do because it's the only one on the list. So what I need to do is create a new service. For parent-teacher conferences, we could put in Fall 2020 Parent-Teacher Conferences. In the description, you could put whatever you would like in there, add a location. Now, because we are most likely going to be doing these virtually, you would click this button here to add an online meeting, and you will not have to send another email to schedule that online meeting with the parent. For the default duration for conferences, I believe we're doing 15 or 20 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and set mine up for the 20 minutes. And buffer time, your customers can't book. So this would give you time in between when your meeting starts and stops to give you a little bit of a breather if you want to do that. So if you do, you would just click on and you could say before I want to add 5 minutes and after I want to add 5 minutes. Or you could do 0 and 5, however you want to handle that. This next one, let customers manage their appointment when it was booked by you or staff on their behalf. So if you have this one changed, then parents could go ahead and change their appointment. Maximum number of attendees, you want that at 1. There's not going to be a price. Don't need to worry about custom fields. You can add in reminders and customize the reminders for the parents. Right now it's set for 1 day. You can set it for how you want. You can even enable text messages for the parents to get a reminder as well. You'll want to make sure that the service is showing on the bookings page. Use the default scheduling policy, which we will change here in a minute. But for this, we're actually going to uncheck this one. So the scheduling policy here is going to be, we want to show time increments. This is on the page that they're able to see. So we want that at 30 minutes. This is the minimum time for people to book or cancel. So we could set it for 24 hours, so a day in advance. And this is the maximum days in advance that a booking can be made. So right now it's 1 year in advance. We could change that to 10 days in advance or 20 days, whatever you want to do for this, you can customize it. Down here on email notifications, this is asking you to notify the business, so this will be you when it's created. And this sends a meeting invite to the customer or the parent. So you want to make sure both of these are checked. If you have yourself or an intern, you could allow them to choose a specific person. However, I would have this one turned off. And this next part here is very important. General availability, it says bookings when staff are free. This one, for this specific service, we actually want to say not bookable. It sounds weird, but that's just the way it is. So we want to say not bookable. And then we're going to set a different availability for a date range. After we do this, then we can set the times where our conferences are. And I do not know the exact date, so I'm going to make something up on the 21st. And I'm going to end it on the 23rd. Bookable when staff are free, which is what we want. And then we can set even more for this if needed, but we do not. If we wanted to, we could say custom hours, which could be a good thing for this because conferences aren't going to be from 8 to 4, and it's not going to be on all of the days. So let's say we want to change this to 1 o'clock. We want it from 1 to 4, and then we could add in even a second time from, let's say 5, and it will not let me just type it in, which is kind of a sad feature. And we want it to go from 5 to 8. And we're not going to have it on Monday or Tuesday. And then after we have set those, we want to make sure to click on Save. Now we're able to actually delete this first one. And then now, once we go to the bookings page, this is where you are able to set default messages or settings. At the top where it says booking page access control, require a Microsoft account. We do not want to have this one checked. Parents probably do not have these, so do not check them. Don't worry about anything else on the side here. On the scheduling policy, this is the default. But again, when you're creating a service, you can change them. We do want to make sure that this is checked and general availability is set there. And you can even set your color theme. After you have done these, then you can save and publish, and you can open up the published page. Now, because I had it set correctly, it is only showing up on the 21st and the 22nd. And then they could go in and schedule and set their times. Now, the nice thing about this is if I have anything scheduled on my calendar already, then there will not be a time slot for a parent to be able to schedule anything. So because I do have something on my schedule from 1 o'clock to 1:30, it's not showing up as being able to book. From here, after the parent selects their time slot, then they fill in their name, email, phone number, and if they have any notes, then you can go ahead and click on book. After it's all said and done, you will get an email to confirm the time that you have set up or the parent has set up as well. You can set the different settings from there. And that is it. So, as always, if you have any questions or need any help with anything, please feel free to come down to the swamp and we will get you the help you need. Thanks.